All right. My name is Kulit, spelled K-U-L, Kult, I-T. All right. It's derived from KUL, which is actually Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is my home city. When I travel,
Yeah, same place as you.
Pardon?
I live in the same place as you. I also live in Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so you combine the two, it is Kulit. Kulit as in cool it. Yeah, if you are angry or if you're stressed, Kulit. Okay, it's a cool name. Just a little bit of background on who your teacher is. I'm a retired advertising illustrator. I used to do a lot of perspective drawing. That's why I'm teaching you perspective today. I do a lot of perspective drawing for housing developers. And that involved drawing by hand. Okay, I know everybody is into 3D right now, and everybody is using 3D, and this may sound like obsolete skill to acquire since you can actually get everything on 3D. But well, the good thing is sometimes with too much technology, we just want to get back to our roots. That's why you're all here. All right, and I'm going to be taking you through the basic rules of perspective, starting with 1 point perspective drawing, 1 point first. After that, 2 points. The 3 point perspective, we're going to leave it until later. Okay, is everybody with me here? All right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, we can start now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to switch the focus to the table. You don't want to see my face anymore. Anyway, it's reverse. Okay. Everybody can see this. You have paper. It can be A3 size, bond paper, anything. All right. And you have set square and a ruler. Yes.
I don't have a set square.
You don't have a set square.
But a 12-inch ruler.
Well, you can still make do with just a ruler. I think it's fine.
All right.
Okay. Let me just let's go through this. The most basic rule about perspective you will realize is when you observe things around you, things that are further away get smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay. The trick is sometimes to how do you depict that in a drawing, especially when the object that you're talking about, sometimes they come in different sizes. Like if you have a big guy and a small boy, okay, obviously even if they are standing at the same place, the small boy looks smaller, right? So the rules of perspective sometimes can be confusing in that context. But if you look at the two similar guys, 6-foot guy, and you put them, you separate them, the guy who is further away will look smaller. All right? But I digress. I'm going to teach you how to do the perspective lines right now. Every one of you got this, what do you call this? Ruler. Okay, it's a ruler. My God, I always thought a ruler is a king. Okay, the first thing you got to do, the first thing that you got to do, yeah? Any question? Just do from left to right. Can you see the pencil lines?
It's very faint.
It's very faint. But okay, I tell you what I do. I'm gonna draw in pen anyway. Then I cannot erase, but it's okay. On video you can see. I'm gonna draw. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, perspective. Okay, right in the middle. Try and make it parallel to the top if you can. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to teach you to do is 1 point perspective. Okay, let's start here right in the middle. 1 point perspective occurs when you are actually looking at the, let's say a street, for instance. You're in the middle of a street, you're looking into the scene. All right, let me just let in some latecomers. Come on, guys.
So we put a line straight in the middle, right?
Yeah, you can actually put a line straight in the middle.
Like
The
line
lines.
with
Yeah.
the one across.
Okay, let me just slowly, I'm gonna take you in. Okay. You have, this is what you call the horizon line. You got it? You got it? Horizon line.
Yeah.
Okay. From this horizon, you can be looking at, let's say, 1. Roughly, I'm going to teach you how to draw a row of buildings that recedes into the distance. This is your horizon line. This is your line of vision. Hang on. Okay. Okay, this is where if you have set square, it'll be very nice. But even if you don't have, you can actually draw without the set square, but you have to make sure, try and make it look like your ruler is vertical. You don't draw like that, yeah? You make it vertical. But if you have set square, very easy. Set square basically is so that you can tell a vertical from a horizontal. All right, let's say I draw a box, for instance. Okay. Okay, this one aligns. It's a bit technical at this point, can be quite boring, but you need to get this out of the way. Eventually, when you understand perspective, you don't really need all these tools. Okay, so what you have here is, looks like a window. All right, there's some noise in the background. Okay, that means to say, okay, so this one should join here, sorry. All right. So this is basically a box that joins here.
Hi, could you slow down?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, moving a bit
Slow down.
fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow down. You're not using a set square. Right. So basically, it comes from square. It's not square. What do you call this thing? This is called a rectangle. Rectangle. Okay. Once you actually got this this rectangle done, all you got to do is, if you're looking at a building, for instance, yeah. Let me just have a look. I'm just drawing you boxes so that you can understand the concept of buildings. All right, this is like, let me see, 11 and a half, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one should be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The bottom line is a bit. Okay. So have we got the box right now? Have all of you got the boxes?
Yeah.
This box there.
Can I show you?
Yeah. Okay. How do you show me? Hands up or something? I don't know where you are. I think you're gonna put hands up, right? Yeah, otherwise I don't know where you are. There are 100 over of you.
Can the primary adapt the house to various or is it just a
Oh, okay. You are Namin, right? Namin. Yep. Okay, you got that.
All right, thank you.
Okay. 2-point perspective. So what happens here is, let's do this here.
Done this at all.
Parallel. It looks a bit confusing at the moment because we're all using pen. I'm trying to do it in pencil, but never mind.
He's got that line, and he's got another line.
Okay. I hope you can see, yeah? Hang on. Okay.
What are you doing?
All right. So ignore this line. This one is out.
Oh, okay. This one
Okay.
is out, is it?
Okay. Oh my, it should be here. It should be within this box. When you're doing 2-point perspective, this one helps. I am trying to help you to visualize. Imagine you are in maybe a room for the time being.
You can just imagine a square Counter-Strike tunnel.
Yep, it's something like a square tunnel. That's a very good description. All right. Because I cannot erase. Yeah, hang on. Originally I wanted to use pencil, but pencil doesn't show up here. Hang on a bit. So I cannot erase. I'm going to use Blanco. Hang on, so that you can see clearer.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
How about using an 8B pencil instead?
See?
You'll have to get
Square
one.
is very nice. Okay, I am back now. Okay, the reason why originally I wanted to use pencil is because you can erase. But since you cannot erase, I'm going to use this, yeah? Hang on. What you want is to establish a sense of depth and a sense of, well, the box. So this will become a room. This Blanco doesn't blank very nicely. Okay. So if you're using a pencil, you can erase with with the eraser. So you can actually remove this if you want.
Mom.
Oh, I have another solution. I'm going to make this line thicker. Hang on. First time doing it online. Okay. I tell you what. It's going to be a lot clearer if I use a thicker line.
Having trouble because my car broke.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
So,
Hey,
I did it on your
right.
own.
it is very
Just
You
go
have a
into it.
box.
the confidence to do that.
You have a box. Okay. A square tunnel. All right.
Square Counter-Strike surfer tunnel.
Yeah, you got it. Plain and simple. And your sense of perspective comes from the fact that this is big, it goes smaller. All right. The same thing here. Now let me take you one step further so that you can see. Maybe you can visualize a room. All right. At the moment, it looks like a box. Okay. Let me just take you here so that you can connect it with the things around you. All right. Let me just show you what it can look like. Okay. If this is a room, you're gonna find maybe a door. Right. Slowly, it's coming along. Hang on. This set square is not doing very well, so I'm going to change the ruler. All right. Now, if this is your room, okay, let's say you have a door. The door should be about this high, and of course, you want to make sure that you follow the rules. Yeah. There's something called the vanishing point. I forgot. See. This is a very important point. Don't lose this. Okay. Let me see what happens. All right, this is 2-point perspective. Okay. So can you see a door already?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay.
But really doesn't.
Yeah. Yep. Because when you don't add in things like this, it's very hard to visualize things. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more interest to this. Yeah. I'm gonna add maybe a window. We can forget about the curtains for the time being. So a window will be just fine. All right. So you have what you call the vanishing point. So everything that is horizontal, yeah. Horizontal means it will all point to the same vanishing point. You have a door and a window. It's gonna get interesting because I'm gonna let you do some ceiling. All right. So this is one side of the wall. You have a door. You have a window. Can see? Am I going too fast?
No.
Okay, that's nice.
Yes, a bit fast.
Okay, sorry, yeah, I'm too used to being fast. Okay. I will slow down a little bit more. All right, now there to make to give this drawing a little bit more depth. Yeah, you might want to also do, for instance, if this is a room, okay, this is a very small room, quite narrow room. Yeah, you probably have a ceiling. Ceiling would be maybe what they call a recessed ceiling. Let me just show you what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. I love set square because it helps me get the horizontal very fast. Okay. I'm gonna make this a little bit thinner. All right. See. Vanishing point again. You're gonna be pointing to here. Can see?
May I ask for your door and your window
Yeah.
for the angle at the top, the line?
Mm-hmm.
How do you angle that?
Angle is here. There.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Here to this point. To this point. You see,
Okay.
vanishing. This point in the middle is very important. I gotta leave it.
Okay.
There. So it has to be aligned to this. Yeah. You can of course make it the same level. I can do it the same level. All right, there you go. Because it all depends on the kind of windows that you have. You can do it this way, and to make it a little bit more interesting, you can actually do again vanishing point. Yeah, this one curtain. Let's say that's why you need a ruler. Curtain. Curtain. Oh, it's not called a curtain, it's called a blind. It's called a blind, okay. All right, I forget. Okay, now if you are an architect, the architect is going to tell me that my door looks very, very flat. Maybe because your door is closed. Okay, so what we do,
are they guiding the user movement in any way? And are they placed at such locations जहाँ पे कोई भी उसको easily
Give it to door frame.
okay, door frame. I was trying to hear somebody is talking. Okay, before, oh yeah, you can do a door frame too. Yeah, see, we are making things up as we go along. The door frame can be just this. It just extends your. Okay, but this two is parallel line, but for the vanishing point, you got to go back to the middle. Okay, now I just want to show you. You have a door with a door frame. Okay. What you don't have is maybe a thickness of the door. Let me just show you a bit. Yeah, hang on. I hope you can see it. Let me just come in a bit. Okay, usually doors will have, this is the horizontal portion. Okay, just have a look, yeah. You can see that it goes in a bit. Okay, then this one gives it a bit of depth. I'm going to bring the camera down a bit so that you can see clearer. At the moment, it's probably a bit too far up. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Okay, go down closer so that we can have a good look. Hang on. Okay, because it's a bit small. Hang on. Okay, you look at this. This one has got a door frame. Okay, and then there's a thickness, yeah. And this, oh, my camera is not behaving. Okay. Okay, can you see? I have to draw a perspective line going, vanishing point going down to here. Okay, here it goes.
Yes.
So you can see that there's a thickness here. Okay.
Yeah.
Can see?
Yeah.
All right. So if you want, you can draw a doorknob somewhere here, but doorknob won't be seen very much. Okay. Later. All right. See. Okay. I'm gonna bring up the camera again. Okay. My photography is not very good, so but okay. Now this is what they call a recessed ceiling. Yeah, this box here. Usually recessed ceiling will have thickness. Yeah, this one is like a vertical line. If you can use a ruler, use a ruler. But it's so short, I don't want to use a ruler.
Excuse me, what is a recessed ceiling?
A recessed ceiling is when you look up here, when you look up to your ceiling, you have this little box thing where you have a light coming from here. Light coming from here.
Oh.
Yeah, you see it clearer when I draw it here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
From this angle, okay, this is a recessed ceiling. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So you will notice that when you are looking from this direction, you can see the thickness of the recessed ceiling. Usually it's not that thick, but I do it that thick so that you can see, yeah? Right? So you have a room with a window, with a door. So this is, in a sense, the most basic of perspective. It gets exciting when you do 2 point, but 2 point is a lot more complicated. Let's get this over with first. And where are we now? We have one wall. We have a ceiling. This guy is gonna shoot on my head.
I'm afraid we will fall just like that.
Don't fall down on me, guy. Okay. There's somebody climbing over my head to take a picture. Okay. All right. Within a room like this, usually you have either a fan. A fan will be a bit complicated to draw. So I'm going to do maybe a square box ceiling light. Okay, let's try this. I draw a square box ceiling light because it helps. It helps to, when you're drawing perspective, yeah, straight line. Okay, this can be another recess. This is parallel, but these two these two lines, you must go to the vanishing point. Now this one can be a little bit different. It can be like this. Okay. So I have one room. I'm going to take you out a little bit more so that you can see. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Can
Question?
I ask if all your lines are angled towards the vanishing point?
The only lines that are angled towards the vanishing point is those that go in. There's basically two types of lines. here, this is what you call the horizontal line. Horizontal line is parallel to the horizon. Okay, all these are horizontal. Can you see?
Yeah, what I mean is like the blinds, you know, the blinds
Oh,
where
yes,
all the
yes, all the blinds
Yeah.
got the angle to here. You have to pull to this
I
vanishing
see.
point.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Okay.
you to a slightly bigger room right now. Okay. This is your small room. You come out here, it's a little bit bigger. All right. So let's take a little walk. Of course, it is not the best way to design a room, but before we do that, can we maybe put a picture in your room? Vertical line. So there are two, in this context, yeah, there's only a horizontal line, which is this way, horizontal, and a horizontal line is parallel to the horizon. Okay, get it? Vertical line is parallel to this, so they're all parallel. There's no vanishing point involved. That's why you call it a two-point perspective. All right. Those that go in, yeah, if you're doing 3D, that will be called the Z angle. That's called Z. XYZ. X is this. Y.
The X and Y, Z coordinates.
Are you all familiar with XYZ? Those are the 3D coordinates.
Well, I play a lot of Minecraft, so
Oh, no wonder. Is it XYZ? You know, in the early days when we were doing perspective, there's no such thing as XYZ. XY. Now got Z. Okay. So to answer your question about going to the vanishing point, the Z is the one that goes to the vanishing point. Your X is here, your Y is here, so the Z for two-point perspective. Okay, let's make it a little bit more interesting, okay?
Can I ask, when going towards the vanishing point, but at what angle? Because you can have various degrees.
I cannot make up the, I think there's a lot of feedback in your question. Come again.
The lines towards the vanishing point, at what degree do you draw them? Because it can be narrow, it can be broader.
The lines.
The lines going towards the vanishing point. You know, like at which angle? It could be like 30 degrees, 45 degrees.
Your degrees are actually decided by the vanishing point. Yeah? You
Yeah,
go
you
along
see,
this.
yes, you're moving the ruler now. So the thing is, like, how far down you move or how far up you go depending on the angle?
That depends on the maybe like for instance curtains, yeah, curtains you not curtains. Why I call this a curtain? It's a line. Lines. I can draw more lines like this, but this one just to illustrate the point. Yeah. I don't know about the degrees coming into play here because you're only drawing from you're all going towards here. So if there's actually another, let's say for instance, there's a picture on this wall, for instance, yeah. Hang on, but use this. There's a big picture, okay, here. Okay, your vanishing point is here. You only need to do here, and I think your picture can be a little bit lower. Okay, so you got that. See? Yeah.
Okay, it depends on where we want to put it.
It all depends on what you have. Yeah. If I have, let's say, another, I'm going to take you into maybe a little bit more 3D. Yeah. Hang on. See if I can make this camera a bit lower. Hang on. I'm using a very primitive camera holder. It's called a ruler. Hey, that is better. See? I think it's better. Okay, I'm gonna bring this lower a bit, yeah, so that it's closer. Maybe it's not very clear up here. Okay. Sorry, I'm using my phone, resting it on a ruler.
I actually have the same question as that lady who asked before.
Okay.
Because my angles don't seem proportionate. That means the blinds and the picture looks a bit wrong
Okay.
angle. Yeah.
But like I say, I think what we are trying, or maybe can you just show me your drawing? I think you got to put up hand, right? I don't know how to put up hand. I don't know where you are, girl.
So you click on those 3 dots, and then afterwards right
Oh,
above.
this one. Oh, okay, 3 dots. Are we on Facebook yet? I don't think so, eh? Yeah, this is terrible, but luckily it's recorded. I gotta put it live on Facebook. I got.
How about we send it in the chat group?
Pardon?
How about we send it in the chat group?
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good. Let me put it on live. I'm supposed to go live on Facebook, but never mind. It's on record. It's recorded, so I can upload. Yep. We are all experiencing a lot of things at the moment. Yeah. And hang on. Choose where you want to post your video. Okay, well, we are going live.
Wait, are we
Timeline. But then,
going live right now?
oh yeah, we're going live right now. But please turn off your volume, yeah.
Okay,
When
yeah.
you're going on Facebook, because there's gonna be feedback. Okay, we're going live right now. You see, I forget so many things, yeah. Okay, now let's say, I think in terms of proportion at this moment, we are not too concerned. As long as you got the door, you got the window. Okay, what I want you to understand is the concept of perspective. Okay, now I got my camera a bit lower, it's a bit better. All right, we're all learning some things here today. Okay, I think it's going live. I'm gonna go back to Zoom. It will go live automatically. Yeah. Okay, we are back in Zoom. Okay, so you have this little box here. I'm gonna make it a little bit more interesting, yeah. Now you have a door, you have a window. Proportionately, I mean, this window can be broader if you like. It's not a problem at all. I mean, you don't have to be exactly the same as mine. You can have a broader window. Again, like I said, there, broader window. All right. I mean, not exactly the best way to design your room, but I just wanted to demonstrate to you what your room can look like. Maybe, okay, I'm going to do a bed here. All right. Your bed can be somewhere. Where shall I put the bed? Feng Shui will not let me put it in front of the door. Okay, I'm going to do a bed. All right. The bed, believe it or not, also has perspective. Okay, I'm going to pull it right up to here. This is a very long bed. All right. Perspective. Okay. This is just to give you a feel of what perspective is about, yeah. Okay, this can be a bed. And because, hey, where's my marker? Not marker, where's my, oh, no, where's the other one? Whiten. Blanco. Okay. Okay, I cannot erase. Okay, I'm going to do a bed here. Yeah. Because usually you can use eraser. Okay, I'm going to erase this. So there's a lot erasing. Okay. So we have a.
And my delivery company actually told me, Andrew, hold, don't sell anymore. You cannot.
Okay, I got this. Thank you. All right, I got the bed coming up. There you are. I'm doing freehand so you can see clearer. Draw this horizontally. This is a very rough bed. Okay, there you go. You notice that we are still following the rules of perspective. The Z axis is going towards the point. This is the X axis. This is X. This is Z. Sorry, this is Z. Z is this one. Z. Z. Okay, the Z axis is going towards the horizon. Okay, X, Y. Y is the vertical one. This is Y. Y. See, I'm talking 3D language in a 2D perspective. This is X. This is X. Okay, that's fine. Z. Z is like, okay, Z. Oh, by the way, I do a lot of 3D too, so that XYZ is very, very, very familiar to me. Okay, so you have a bed. You have maybe, okay, you have a headboard. Your pillow, if you are a single person, it's a small room, you got to be a single person. You can put your pillow here.
We will all be single forever.
If you are on lockdown, I think you're going to be single for a long time, okay?
We're gonna be single forever.
Oh, don't be single forever. You can
Oi,
have
oi,
some
don't join me.
They want to be
I'm
single.
also single, but I don't want to be single forever. Wait.
Okay. So
We will
now,
forever,
we have a room with a bed. Yeah. With I don't know what you call this. This is a funny looking lamp. And a picture of your movie star. And I think you can put something here. Hang on, I got to do freehand so you can see clearer. I'm very used to drawing with freehand, so all this ruler drives me crazy, but never mind. Okay, so you're gonna have maybe 3 pictures here. If you like, you can use ruler to draw it. Okay, and let's say this is your room. Okay. Are you familiar a little bit more familiar with the 3D with the perspective right now?
Stan?
Yeah.
Stan, Jeremy,
Yes.
just want to
Yes.
check, to answer the question, just now that one lady was saying that the perspective is out of proportion. Is it because this dot is not supposed to be not in the center exactly?
When you're dealing with a 1-point perspective, yeah, usually the dot will be in the center. Because you know why? At this point, we are not dealing with. I'm going to take you to 2-point perspective after this. Okay.
Okay.
The reason why you have this parallel line, yeah, is simply because if you were to do 2-point perspective, you're going to be pulling maybe 1 here and 1 here, and to get something that is very close to a horizontal line like this, your vanishing point, yeah, technically speaking, even this one has got a vanishing point, but it's very, very far out of your paper. You probably have to go to the garden to get the vanishing point. That's why we are treating it as a parallel line.
Yeah, because if you said is the dot actually supposed to be in the center, in which I try my drawing, but my perspective of the ceiling is like way off from what.
Okay. Here again is maybe you're not very used to the perspective concept here. But again, you have to realize that maybe your proportions are different. I don't know. I can maybe we move to the next one, maybe 2-point perspective, so you have a better idea.
Okay.
You understand it? It looks can be quite challenging to some people. I have here with me. Let me see. Show me what you've done. See, I have sitting beside. Is it correct way round? Upside down. Okay. You see, I lost.
What's the bed stand like that?
Okay, oh, it's more. Yeah. Oh, she moved her bed to the side. Okay, you see, ladies, they want to move the bed to the side. All right.
we can walk around there.
Okay. See, can you see? So roughly, this is what you have, and like I say, you don't have to follow me exactly. What I'm trying to establish is some sense of understanding on how to use your vanishing point.
Okay. Thank you.
At this point, you're still dealing.
Don't mind me.
You can ask me questions so that I can help to understand. Another one, let me just show you. That's why the variety is incredible. Hey, I'm sure all of you have something very different. Look, you can see this has got a your x is horizontal, your y is vertical, and your z is okay, aiming at the vanishing point. As long as you get something like this, it may not be the best looking room you have, but as long as you have the concept right, you'll be understanding your perspective a little bit more. Okay,
Okay.
and I also realize that we may be spending a little bit more time. We may be spending a little bit more time discussing this concept without being able to go on to the real drawing of the street. That one is a little bit complex. I think we spend a bit more time here. Okay, would that be good?
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Actually, I have a suggestion now. I have a suggestion.
Yes.
What if once we finish this workshop, we send to you via email or Facebook of our progress on each of these assignments?
Oh, that would be good. You can actually go to, I have, if I'm not mistaken, I have a group where you can actually put all these drawings in, but I'm not quite sure how to get that to you. It's on Facebook actually. I can post that link so that you can actually share it there.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Excuse me, can I just show you my progress so far?
Sure. How are you going to do that? I don't know how to get to you. Hang on. Oops, what did I
Wait.
do now?
If I speak and then you go into the participants, you can see the green light, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't-
Okay, I can see Namin. Wait, Namin has got nice there. Let me just spotlight this a bit. Hey, say, look at that. She's got a beautiful room already done up. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
and you have actually gone out of the room. My God, I love that.
Wow.
Thank you.
So based on the concept that we have here, I think Namin, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very nicely done. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Let me see. Anybody else want to share?
How do I share? I'm not so sure because I'm using what's this digital.
No. I don't know how. You
I
got to
think
put
it's
up your
at the
hand.
bottom stand whereby you can actually share your screen.
On my screen.
I guess whoever the speaker is.
I don't know how they do that. Just on the mean says I think
I think
there's a light flashing. Yeah, because they're
Sure. Instead of spotlight.
okay. We see a spotlight. Okay. Now I can't even find my screen. Hang on. See.
Oof.
Nancy. Okay. Wow. Everybody's moving around, so I don't know what is happening. Okay. Let me just get back to speaker view. From Canada to everyone, how to subdivide a plane into one point perspective. I guess you came in late. Hang on. Let me just put this back here. Okay. Jeremiah shared a file in the meeting. Okay.
Yeah, that's my the for the bedroom here.
Okay. I'm trying to see whether you can get chat. So we are trying to manage a few items at the same time, yeah, and we are all not used to it. So welcome to the brave new world. That's why it's called the brave new world.
The new normal, as they say.
The new normal isn't that normal.
I use this program for like my online classes actually.
Okay, thank you. Namin, is it? Who was
Yeah.
that? Oh, Namin, that's nice to be teaching online classes. My first experience teaching online classes. A little bit different interacting. So what Namin has done is she has gone to the level of actually, okay, gone out of the room. She added a door, the next room probably. Yep. See, if I draw this way, it's a lot faster. You see
It kind of looks like the ball is bumping out.
Yeah, my hands are shaky, but roughly you can see. And you can put windows here if you like. So as long as this one goes towards the vanishing point, you're okay. Then you go. You can have, for instance, a small table here. That's how it works. Like I say, all the x-axis will be parallel to the horizon, and the y-axis will be parallel to the vertical file. I'm just quickly roughing it up here. So you have, I'm doing freehand, so it's a lot faster. Okay. So all this one will be x. This one will be z, and this one is y. You get the idea?
Yeah.
And you can, if you like, I mean, if you're doing this at home, you can try this. This one can be a pot. So this one begins to give you depth. You can see this is mirror. Okay, this is maybe the main door. You can have a carpet here. Let me see, I'm moving in a bit. Carpet, okay, carpet can be a polar bear. Okay, it's fun actually. Perspective is fun. The only thing is when it's technical is a bit
Yeah.
There you are. And you can do this one. You try and keep it vertical. I'm very used to freehand drawing, but if you seriously want to use a line, you can. you can use a line for everything, but when you do that, it's a bit slow. Yeah. But I suppose you're learning, so it's okay. Okay, I just gonna show you this here. This door, you can make it interesting. Subdivide panels. Somebody asked about subdividing a panel. Okay, you have a door like this. So you can see it coming up at you. Okay, and of course, if you like, you can have another recessed ceiling here. There should be a beam somewhere here. But never mind the beam, you're going to remove the beam. So you notice this Z axis is always pointing to here. Can you make it out?
Yeah.
Z is here. Of course, you have thickness. You see, freehand is a lot more fun. And if you're bored with square lamps, you can always try this. See, it's nice. See? Cuts. And your painting has got to have a thickness. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Your painting can have a thickness. There you have a very thick painting. So there you have an extended version of what you had just now. See, you can try that. Okay. You can put a bear, a tiger, you can put a rock, and of course, your cabinet. But I think when I do freehand, the concept is still there. I hope, yeah. You can understand the concepts here. I'm going to take you to two
Sorry,
points.
can you go back to the cabinet and where
okay.
did you start? Yeah, where did you start?
Where did I start?
Yeah.
I'm going to do, let's say I start here. Okay, and this is the y-axis. This is the x-axis. Y-axis. This is parallel. This is basically a rectangle, and your z will be pointing towards here. See, z is going to point all the way here. So you can start with this first if you want.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. It looks complicated, but like I say, it's not easy. It's not easy, but I'm just giving you a concept so that you understand how perspective works.
It's actually quite easy when you learn how perspective works. You can pretty much make anything if you know how it works.
Yeah, that is the idea, you know. Today, once you understand the way that perspective works, it comes to a point when at this moment, we all need to learn to use rulers and all that to draw. For the urban sketching crowd, yeah. When they go onto the streets, they have no time to draw with rulers. They don't have time for set square. Everything is freehand. So they have to understand how the X and the Y and the Z axis works and how perspective comes into play. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Hi. I do have a question. How do I know? I mean, let's say I have the same distance in the front and the same distance in the back. And because of perspective, that would have different length in the drawing. So how do I know how to get that proportion right?
How do I know how to get the proportion right? Okay, I will just give you one example. Yeah. Assuming, because I think things can be different for, and it's very hard to gauge perspective if the shapes are all different sizes. Okay, let me just give you an example. I have, for instance, yeah, I have this cabinet here. Okay, it's right in front of me. This is very big. If I were to choose to move it, yeah, to next to the bed. Okay, let me just show you. That's an interesting question. Thank you. Okay, let's say if I can fit this into here. Of course, never mind nice or not nice. We gotta move it there. Your wife will scold you and everything, but it's okay for the exercise. Let me see. Sky is gonna fit. You notice I'm putting in the perspective. It's gonna go somewhere there. Okay, it's behind the bed. I'm gonna do, for instance, here. Hang on, from here, yeah. Let me move it a bit so that we can see here. Did somebody drop? Oh, phone dropped. My camera just fell. Okay, all right. Let me draw it with a thinner pen. Perspective will come into play. For instance, let me just give you this. Assuming I move this cabinet to here. Okay, I'm gonna move it to here. The cabinet is probably about this thick. It's hard to see, so I'm gonna make it black color. At least one side of it is gonna be black. Okay, I got this. Okay, you want to see how high it is, for instance, yeah? Estimate. Okay, then you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see. Okay, and okay, we just moved the cabinet to here, and of course your horizontal line will be somewhere here. Let me just. It's not very clear. Okay. So you're gonna have your door. Okay. Let me just touch up this a bit. Okay. So you have this proportion, yeah. Roughly, you can get similar looking proportion. My blanco is still not dry, and okay, I'm gonna move. Let's say even this vase here. Let me move somewhere here. It should be about this high. So it's still following the rules of perspective. Look.
Yes, actually, what I don't understand how to draw is the depth of the cabinet, was in the back of the room. Sorry. So
okay.
If I move that cabinet, and how do I know that the diagonal line that it's, I don't know, 3 centimeters here, it has to be 1 centimeter when it's in the back?
Yeah. That one probably will call for a little bit more. What is the word for it? You need to maybe understand or practice a bit more. It's quite difficult to answer your question without knowing the full context of what you wanted to do. But to demo again to you, I can move to balance this. Okay, it's not exactly the best interior design. Okay, I think the mean will scream at me for this. It's like, oh, this terrible design, but never mind.
No, not.
Okay, so if I were to balance this, I'm gonna put another. Don't ask me why. Yeah, your girlfriend or your wife will scold you for doing it. But okay, you got another cabinet here, and okay, this is again. You can draw another vase here to balance. I mean, perspective helps you to determine the size, right? Because without this line, it's very difficult to tell how much or how high this vase will be here. Okay. Does that help? Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, I think it's a very interesting discussion, and I think we had a lot of interesting practice. I tell you what we do. We will move on to the next level. Oh, before we do that, ID. Hang on. Your room will look nicer if you will have what do you call this thing? I don't know what you call this thing. This is a cornice.
Trim. It's called a wall trim.
A wall trim. A wall trim.
Wall trim.
Wall trim. You see, my terminology is terrible. I don't know what they are called. But...
It's not terrible.
Okay. Wall trim, and they call this cornice or what? Cornice. Russell ceiling cornice.
I don't know.
Sometimes I do all this. I don't know what they call. Okay, so you're gonna get very nice rulers will help you draw some very nice straight lines. But I mean, if you're doing this professionally for a living, you have to be using rulers and set square. Yeah, because the clients will demand that all their walls are straight, all their verticals are verticals, and all their horizontals are horizontals. Okay, anybody wants to take a snapshot of this before we move on to the next level? Or waiting for you to decide. I'm going to add a wall knob here.
Yes, can you place it properly? Yeah.
Okay, let me position it nicely. Okay, we got, let me see. Okay, I think I better see the bottom of the cabinet.
Perfect.
Okay, so you got X, Y, Z. Okay, luckily they got such terms right now. X, Y, Z. So you have a bed. You have what else do you have? I think it's interesting already, right? Those of you who are adventurous can add a sofa there waiting, or add a lamp. You know, you can be adding things as you go along. I mean, you can add maybe a wall lamp with funny looking shapes. Yeah, you have. I'm doing freehand, so I may be a bit off. Okay, so you can add wall lamps. This one looks like carrot, actually.
What are those?
I don't know, it could be wall lamp, carrot, or some funny shaped lamps. You like, you can add.
Sconce, maybe?
This one is your spotlight for your painting. You know, if you want to add detail to your cabinet, you can. You will have to have drawers. So the Z, I think I'm going to divide this a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. You got that. So it's a bit messy at the moment, but I hope you get the idea. a little bit of like a speed painting class today, but it's turning out so much more complicated than we think. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
All of that we've learned right now, right? Let's say we want to add living things like humans or cats or dogs. Whatever we learn here, will what we learn be applied to the same if you're going to add those living things into the?
Okay, of course. I'm going to do a quick demo for you. Yeah, assuming human beings, cats. I'm going to do a human being. Yeah. Okay, assuming. Let me see. You got your girlfriend just come into the room. Okay. I'm not making her sexy at all. Let me just. I'm running off. Okay. Humans, cats, dogs, they all will come. The rules of perspective will still apply. Okay, so you have a human. Okay. Here. And if I have another human somewhere in here, this guy will probably, that's a bathroom. Let me just see. He's going to be somewhere here.
Just finished bathing.
Just finished bathing, and this guy is picking up on the bathroom. Look. So it's smaller.
He looks like he's climbing on the door.
Yeah, he's just peeping out on the door because he's half naked.
He's a monkey.
Yeah, somebody just walk in, and of course, if you have your dog can be here. How to draw a dog? A dog.
I don't know how to draw.
I'm going to draw a dog. Okay, I'm going to draw a dog. But dogs are a little bit more tricky because they come in all shapes and sizes. So your perspective.
That looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can draw dogs. Okay, I'll draw a dog here. Okay. A similarly sized dog, for instance, yeah, will probably be like. So your rules of perspective still applies. This one looks like a cat. So when you draw people, the perspective, the rules of perspective still applies. It's true, but people are a lot more challenging. People, you got two dogs. You have a girlfriend coming in. You have somebody half naked. Okay, that's fun. Okay, I give you depth a bit. Okay, let me give you a bit more depth. He's peeping from the bathroom. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, so you have any more questions before I move on to the 2-point perspective?
No questions. Thanks, Stan.
You're very welcome. I got dogs. I got two guys. Okay, you can draw but it's a bit too small to draw.
How to draw a sofa in there?
How to draw a what? A sofa.
Yes, a sofa, thanks.
A sofa, we can hide the sofa here. Put a cushion there. Nice looking sofa. So you got a sofa. If you like, you can add another sofa here.
So how do we expect the shape when it is not directly horizontal or vertical, like it is like a curve or some other shape?
So that one, yeah, that one will probably have to do another session because it's a very complex kind of thing because those are what you call organic shapes, yes, where the rules of perspective sometimes we bend quite a fair bit. So I can be doing sofas like this. Okay. So this one is bigger than that. So as long as you get something generally big in front, small at the back, but your your vanishing point helps you to maybe determine how big or how high your sofa can go.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Yeah, very welcome. Okay, we will move on to the next phase. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to sketch do the street scene, but we're going to do 2-point perspective. All right.
Okay.
This one you can screenshot. You check on Facebook later. I'm going to give you the link to the group where you can post all the photos. But you can hashtag brush up my this is what do you call it? Brush up my perspective. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, brush up my perspective. Hashtag. That's what I've been told. I think hashtag brush up my perspective. Spelling. Brush up my perspective. Oh, wrong. Sorry. Okay, I got it. Post. Brush up my perspective. Okay, all of you who are not talking, can you please kindly mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, we are moving on to the next 2-point perspective. And I'm going to take you outdoors. Okay, so we're going to be dealing with buildings. Let me see. I got a clean. Hey girls, are you done with perspective? April? You takut already? Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, now we are starting out with a fresh case. Okay, let's say 2-point perspective. No, this one is 2 point. This one was 1 point. 1 point is simplified. 2 point is a little bit more interesting. Okay, it's a lot more fun. Yes. That's the whole thing. We are learning. So the learning curve can be quite steep. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Do we need to still draw the horizontal line and the vanishing point?
Just yes. We're going to do that right now. I'm going to do the horizontal line. That's called the XY. No, that's called the X-axis. Sorry, the X-axis.
And then else like we did in the first piece.
Not yet. Hang on, just one step at a time. Yeah. Now your Y-axis and your Z-axis are going to be a little bit different. The Y is probably for 2-point perspective. Yeah, by the way, for 2-point perspective, your Y-axis is going to be vertical. That means we are not going to do any vanishing point.
So
okay,
2-point perspective, it's like vertical perspective and the Z coordinate perspective. Like it also goes out to the top.
Yep. The top and the bottom, we're not going to do that yet because the top and the bottom, that one comes under 3-point. 3-point is a lot more complicated. Let me just get one out of the way first. Hang on a minute. Okay, let me just try this here. Okay, I'm gonna take you outdoors anyway. So this is gonna be a tall building. Let me just see. How do I get the vertical? Okay, vertical is here. You see, I always get stuck with all these line drawings. All right, I'm gonna draw a tall building. Okay.
And the x-axis, the line horizontal, it does not need to be straight. It can be slanting, right?
Well, if you can make it parallel to your paper, is good.
Okay.
But what is happening here is I'm going to keep my vertical exactly 90 degrees to the horizontal. Look at this step. Okay. Let me just show you a bit more. Vertical. I'm going to draw a building, so you're going to have an idea what perspective outdoor perspective is like. Just now you were indoor. This is 2-point perspective right now. The only parallel line here would be your verticals. The X and the Y axis is gonna be, what is the word? They're all going to a vanishing point. Okay, I'm gonna set it somewhere here. Let's say, I'm setting it a bit close so that it's not too far. Hang on a bit, yeah. Hang on, then, hang on a bit. Okay, let's do a 2-point perspective based on this simple shape first. Let's stick. It's a little bit out of the frame, so I think I will move my camera up higher. Give me a minute. Okay, camera higher. Is it good? Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, I'm very confused about the lines.
Okay, just give me a minute, yeah? Okay. This one can get very complicated. Not complicated, we're trying to simplify it. Okay, so you can have a clear look at the whole picture, yeah? Okay, in this picture, in this drawing, okay, it's not actually the end of the paper, there's still a bit more paper left, but I'm just zooming in a bit. Okay, it's a lot easier to understand. Let me just finish the first box first, yeah? Just give me a minute. First box.
Oh, wait, I see it now.
There's a vanishing point here.
I can see it now. Okay.
Hang on a bit, yeah? Let me see. Okay, vertical, that's why you use set square. Set square, you get all your verticals perfectly aligned. All right, let me see. I'm gonna do this. Okay. In any given situation, let's say you're on the street, you're in town, you're in the city, this is probably what you see most of all. Okay, so we're going to do some guidelines here. So if all the buildings are the same height, okay, and the same boring design, all you end up is maybe a box like this. Let me just show you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now, if you were to be anywhere in the city, you probably see a lot of this kind of thing. Okay, but all buildings are built maybe with different design, different heights. All right, and but the only thing that is consistent is that they have to follow where the road is. This is the pavement. They cannot go beyond this line, for instance. They cannot go beyond this line. So they kind of boxed in, yeah. But let me show you what this can be like. Hang on a minute, yeah. Let's say, okay, the next building is maybe, I'm going to roughly space them out a bit. It gets a bit smaller. Okay, and smaller. And I'm visually reducing the proportion of all these things, but if you want to do an accurate one, this how you do it. Okay, I got the different blocks of buildings already done. You notice that the width, yeah, gets smaller, 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 smaller as you go to the back. Okay. You following me so far, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Get smaller. Get smaller. smaller. So as they get further away, it gets smaller and smaller. All right, now I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's say this is your block of building. Everybody got that yet?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm going to divide it into maybe different floors. Got it? Horizontal is your guide. You're supposed to be doing these lines with pencil so you can erase. But never mind. What I'm doing now is done so that you can see it on video. I'm just going to divide it into 3 subsections. 1, 2, 3. Okay. To make it equal, you use ruler, or sometimes we are very lazy. We want to do, let's say, 1, 2. Maybe okay. 1, 2, 3. I cannot be lazy. Sorry. I'm terrible at this sort of thing. Okay, 1, 2. I think this one can be a bit lower. All right. So I'm going to break this into 4 stories. Now I hope you can see something taking shape. So in a basic sense, buildings are just boxes like this with maybe different heights. That's all. I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting as we go along. Let me divide the floors. Okay. So you can see a box shape coming up. Okay, now for those of you who can erase, yeah, your horizontal line is not going to show. You don't need the horizontal line. The horizontal line is there only as a guide. Yeah? Don't forget. In fact, all these lines you're doing here is actually a guide. So you have a building. This is 2 point. Okay. Let me just show you how you can make a building interesting. I think we can afford to make this a bit taller. I got to wait for the Blanco to dry. Okay, I'm going to give you pavement. Okay, I'm going to give you pavement. You are looking at this building maybe from another building across the street. So if you look at this, I have to use the perspective points, the vanishing point here. And of course, they probably curve the corners. All right. Everybody with me? Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, yeah. Gee, my ruler is not long enough. Okay, for those of you, this one is a bit too not long enough. Okay, I just wanted to point out something to you, yeah. You are doing the pavement for this, okay. If you want to give it a sense of dimension, you have to do this, yeah. Hang on, this is where just these lines are lines that you draw so that you have a sense of maybe what is facing the sky and what is facing the front. Okay, look at this. Okay, now my ruler is not long enough. Okay, so in a situation like this, you have to roughly angle so that your ruler is pointing at this point. This is where all your equipment sometimes is inadequate. Okay, I'm still pointing here to the vanishing point. Okay, the last one is here, but I still have to aim at the vanishing point. You will know if you're wrong when you see this. Đấy, có sổ trái ở dặm. Let him in, let him in. You're okay with dog, right? I'm okay. Okay lah, let him in. Just let him in because it's raining. He's gonna bang the door. He's a point room here. Can on it? I'm okay. I look down. Okay, let me just open this. Can you open the door? Yes, just open, let him in. Otherwise, he's gonna bang down the door. Okay, that was my dog banging the door because of the rain. Okay, the one way to tell whether your vanishing point, you're aiming at the right vanishing point is when you see things like this happening here. Hang on. This is the line that you're going to draw here. But your vanishing point is here. So you have to angle in such a way that if you're like this, then you're off. Okay? So you have to angle your ruler until roughly about in between these two. In between this and this. Can you see? Okay, now you've done that. You can see that the face of the building is going this way. Is going to in the Y direction. Y. Okay. This one can be, I don't know whether your recorder is this side can be X. Okay. This side can be X. 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 And this side can be Z. Okay. These are the three axes. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing this side of the building. Yeah, hang on. You got this. Okay, one. It's okay when your ruler is long enough. It becomes a slight problem when it's not long enough. Okay, this is roughly what we're going to do. This one continue until here. I'm a bit not so accurate here, but it's fine. All right. So what you have here is a two-point perspective. One vanishing point on the left, one vanishing point on the right. Is everybody following me?
Yes, yeah. I'm just trying to make the buildings different heights.
Okay, we're going to do different heights. Okay, I think we're going to simplify the process by not making every building different height. Because architects will kill me. The developer is going to kill me. Okay, I'm going to just make this one here a little bit higher. And let's see. My pencil is not working. Okay. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to vanishing point again. I'm going to bring this up to here. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I have extended the roof line for this block. All right, nice. Okay, maybe, okay, I'm going to have another block at the other end. It's about this high. Where is the other end? Oh, I'm missing a few blocks here. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it's getting interesting. All right, here is where you see this this block here. I have this part extended. Okay, now I have to have this axis, the z-axis, let's call it. I still have to point to here. This one can get a bit confusing, I know, but look, you aim at this. Okay, then you got something like that. All right, is it visible for you guys?
Yep, it's perfectly fine.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to do the other one on this block here. Okay, now it's getting more like a building. The ruler is so big. You see, dirty ruler. Just add a few more blocks here. Right. Right. Okay. Roughly, this is what we do. Okay. So what we are doing now is a very basic building structure. When you have a building like this, okay, you can also have a roof. The roof, I mean, what kind of roof is this? A conical roof. Usually that's what they have. Let me just try this. And usually it's like, okay. Even the conical roof follow a rule of perspective, which we won't go into here right now. All right. But what I'm going to do is this. Let me just show you. Then your building shape becomes a lot clearer. All right. Block number 1. Conical. What do you call this? Conical. I think they call it conical. Conical or pyramid shaped roof usually has here. Okay, there you go. Okay, follow me.
Yeah.
I am going to add one more. I don't know what they call this. Okay, let me see. It's nice to have a slightly longer ruler, but sometimes you don't have. So. Okay, I think it's taking shape. There it goes. I'm going to add. I think the architects will probably tell me it's boring, but I think it's good enough for now. We're just getting the concept across. Okay, we're going to do. We're going to do. Oh, it's going to be. This is a triangular roof. I don't know what they call pyramid shaped roof. Okay. Now, we're going to make it look Okay. See, we got block number 1, block number 2. What happened? Somebody panicked in there. Longer. I don't know whether you can hear it. Thunder, lightning is happening here in Malaysia.
Yeah, it's actually raining outside for me.
Okay. Where are you, Namin?
Sultan Ismail.
Sultan?
Ismail. PWT.
Oh, PWTC. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, I think the shape is coming up nicely, I hope. So if you see a building like this, usually, let me see. I'm just simplifying the shape so that it's easy for you guys. It's going to be pouring. It's going to be traffic jams. Okay. So, okay, we got something like this. You can actually, once you get the hang of it, this is a very simplified drawing of a building. Okay, you can make things more intricate by adding in dimensions like this. I can have a secondary roof, but never mind. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna do. Or if you like, you got the full perspective. Okay, I'm just cheating. Okay. So you got this. Four-story building. This one looks like a shopping mall. Let me define the shapes a little bit.
May I show my progress?
Sure. How are you going to do that again? Let me see. Sorry.
I've done.
Oh, I mean, that's nice. Hang on. Let me just spotlight you a bit. Oh, I tell you, you have already put in all the KFC. It's like it's McDonald's.
No.
Is that your favorite?
It's supposed to be a bakery, actually.
Bakery, okay. So you got the hang of it. Okay. So basically, the concept is once you get all your vanishing points right, you can start doing buildings. And I mean, it goes beyond this. Let me just take it down a little bit. Thank you, Namin. I pronounce your name right?
Yeah, you are.
All right, thank you. Okay, now outside of your shopping complex, this would be the main road, I guess. All right, and when you reach the edge of the main road, sorry, and the other side, again, let's say this could be a car park. Oh, I tell you. Okay, watch this, yeah? This is vanishing point 101. See? I can, let me see. If you can pull it until the vanishing point is very nice, it helps you to subdivide. This one will be car park. Okay, now you have a very nice pavement. You can make your building interesting. This should constitute the most basic of shape. The idea is the same whether you add detail. The detail is when you, let's say, okay, I can make it, I can add, I don't know what you call these things, okay. These are things that you can add. In fact, that's what they always do anyway, to make your design interesting. I'm doing freehand so that I can do it fast. Because every time you go to ruler, it slows you down. Ruler is only when you want to be accurate. You can do things like this. There you go. And if this is a cutaway, I mean, if this is a window, then you should be able to see the roof rafters from the other side. You should be able to see. Then of course, you get details like thickness. Okay, you may want to add more detail here. Okay, if you are a stickler for accuracy, you're going to be doing the rafters. The rafters is coming from here. You don't really point there, but it's actually a series of wood that goes this way. That will be your rafters. I'm just speed drawing this so that you can see what is coming. You will be doing, okay, I'm gonna add. You know, to understand perspective, these are the sort of things that you need to practice constantly. Thickness, okay, I got thickness here. And then, imagine this, okay, I'm gonna leave this area blank. This is a shopping complex, so there will be a bit of a recess here for maybe pedestrians. Okay, by right, I should go all the way to the other area, but never mind. I'm going to concentrate here. So you're going to do, let me see. So in effect, when you're doing this, you'll be doing, you can actually replicate this throughout, so that it looks like a building. See? Let me just take one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now 3. So you're gonna be okay. Sometimes, like I say, I always emphasize when you look at this, yeah, you do not know whether this is a whole wall. Looking at this, you can't tell. Let me show you what one line can change the difference in perception. The moment I do this, for instance, yeah, you're gonna get a very good idea. Look, okay, and again here it's a bit ambiguous. So what you can do is just straight away you know that this is an empty area. I mean, it's open area. You can walk in. There's a wall here. Could be glass. It could be anything. But here, you take a look at here as compared between this and this. This one is a bit ambiguous. To make it less ambiguous, you have to do this. This is what perspective does. You are always going back to the vanishing point. Here, again, same thing. I'm going to just pull in the lines. Okay. See, this is ambiguous. Can you see now? This one happens to go exactly here, but it's okay because you already have this here. So you have this, you have this. Let me just take it one more step. Right. Okay, I think I will add a small building. This one could be. This one can be square block, rectangular block. Okay, the reason I added this here is so that you can see this one still goes back to the vanishing point. Okay, this is y-axis. This one. This one can be a storeroom, it can be something, I don't know. But just to give you a sense of that, yeah. And of course, if you like, if you're in the urban city center, you're going to be seeing a lot of this, in fact, you know. When buildings are far away, you don't see very much of the perspective because they're far. They're very flat. Okay? You can have the tallest building at the back, say, but this you don't see very much perspective. Nowadays, computers and all that, they're designing a lot of what I call organically shaped buildings. That was a lot of very hard work, right? See?
Sort of.
Can you remove there's some wire or something on the left?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But I think you have it perspective in 2 hours. So hopefully it gives you a basic understanding of how perspective works.
It does, and it looks like very nice small to me now.
Yeah, I mean, once you get the concept and the idea, you can start replicating. And like I say, you can also look at, there are many different types of, we got about 5 minutes, let me just give you another demo. You can also, this is one of those where you are maybe somewhere in the center of the corner. Can you imagine if you're actually somewhere like this, for instance? The same rules will apply, yeah. But the difference is that this side is a little bit more pronounced. This side is going to be very super compressed.
Perspective used to be very hard for me. Now it's actually pretty easy.
So I think it will be hard for anybody the first time around. But once you get the hang of it, it's just a matter of where is your viewpoint. But ultimately, what is going to happen is you will always have your vanishing point on the horizon. This is where your 2-point perspective comes in. We do not have time to draw a straight scene. Okay, that one we probably can do next one. But in perspective itself, beyond this, there is also 3-point perspective, where your vertical lines will also have a vanishing point. That one is a lot more fun, but a lot more headache. Okay. But I think for the purpose of today's class, it's good to.
Someone asked in chat if you could share some of your urban sketches.
Urban Sketcher, if you can go to facebook.com, yeah? Facebook.com Urban Sketcher. You just search for that.
Okay.
Urban Sketcher, and there is also Urban Sketcher. They call it Kuala Lumpur Urban Sketcher for all those who are in Kuala Lumpur. And in London, there's Urban Sketcher. In LA, there's Urban Sketcher. I think in most parts of most cities in the world, all you got to do is just look for the main group is called Urban Sketcher. Yeah?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you've actually picked up something valuable and useful. All right.
Can you put the other picture and hold it there so that we can take a screenshot? Yeah.
I have a question about practicing perspective. How do you go about that? Because right now it's like we're using blocks and all that. But let's say we want to practice any further. Do we like take pictures from Google and practice it, or do we
for the time being, because of the lockdown, taking or working from picture, well, it's a feasible way to do it. I mean, there's no issues with that. The Urban Sketcher group basically has got a manifesto that dictates that all the drawings that you do should be live on the streets. There's a reason for that, because when you're on the street, you see things in 3D.
Right.
As opposed to looking at the photograph, which is actually 2D. And the advantage of joining groups like that sometimes is today you're here online, okay, and you are with company, but your company is like, my God, thousands of miles away. The interaction online is definitely very, very different from life.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I suggest you do is look out for Urban Sketcher. Then they have subgroups that will basically link you back to the local Urban Sketcher groups. In Malaysia alone, for instance, yeah, there's Kuala Lumpur Urban Sketcher, there's Penang Urban Sketcher, there is Ipoh Urban Sketcher, there's Sarawak Urban Sketcher, there's so many. So in every major town or city, there'll be a chapter. And like I said, when you're in a group like that, the good thing is you're sketching next to somebody who is sketching. The people who join the groups, they are very diverse. They come from all walks of life. Okay, and you meet all kinds of people. Some are beginners, some are very, very good artists, some are architects, some are experts at building, some are very good at people. I'm very good at people. So you learn different things from different people. So the concept behind Urban Sketcher is good in the sense that it gets, number one, it gets artists together. It's a very informal kind of thing. What they'll do is they'll post on their Facebook, okay, coming week, we're going to meet here. You want to come, you just show yourself, that's all. There's no entrance fee, there's no barcode, there's no nothing, no password. You just go there. Yeah? I hope you have all enjoyed yourself. Please, when you post, hashtag brush up my perspective. And when you can, you can check out the next event at Facebook, yeah? brushup.ca. Okay, the reason for the CA is simply because we started this when I was in Toronto. Okay.
Okay.
So we have yep. Any more questions?
No.
Okay. Thunder and lightning. So when you go back, please drive safely. Oops, I forget. You don't drive. You're already home.
I just want to say thank you so much. I'm a beginner.
Okay.
Yeah, I've learned so much from you. Yeah.
I hope so, because I think today is a learning experience for everybody. It's not just the perspective. I think we are learning how to navigate in the virtual world. Like it or not.
Thank you, Uncle Stan, for teaching perspective.
Thank you. You're very welcome. What's your name, girl?
Isabel.
Isabel, you're very welcome. I'm so happy you have joined us. The thing to realize is that the people who join us, yeah, even in the Urban Sketcher group, there's no age limit. You know, there's no age limit, and you learn, like I say, you learn different things, and different people who have different perspective on what to do, how to do. And like I said, the learning never stops. Even on online communities like this, we're all learning. Yeah, and we are going back to a totally new normal. I think the blue screen is acting up, so I'm disappearing
into space.
Disappearing into space.